Hi, welcome to Shanna Makes It. I'm finally back in my craft room with a little bit of consistency. I'm feeling better. I finally got rid of that nasty cold I have, and I'm actually dressed today and not crafting in my pajamas. So that's fun. So I've recently been working on a lot of Christmas cards and been putting together a lot of different things like that. So I'm hoping to put together a little compilation of some different cards from the card making kits that I have that I can share with you, and I hope that you'll find some inspiration from that. So stay tuned. I'll be working on some different cards and seeing exactly what I can come up with and what I'll put together and hopefully add to my Christmas card collection so that I'll be ready to send them out when the time comes. So have fun, enjoy. If you haven't subscribed, I'd ask that you'd consider subscribing. I do have a fairly new channel and I am trying to grow. So any of the thumbs up you can give me or subscriptions that you might choose to subscribe, that would be very helpful to me. It would help my channel grow. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I just hope to continue on and to see it grow and try a bunch of different things. So welcome and thank you. Enjoy the video. Okay, this first card I'm going to be making for you, or I'm not making for you, but in front of you, is from the Spellbinders, and this is actually an older club kit. I think it's from October of 21, and it's basically the Fireplace set. Now it comes with the dies for the fireplace, a wreath, some candelabras, some logs, and a hearth, and then Santa if you want. I'm kind of going to take this in a little bit different direction. I've done a little bit of die cutting, and I've got some pieces there, and it's going to be kind of an unusual color scheme, but it's just something that I kind of got some inspiration on. I thought would be fun to try. So I'm going to just get started on that. So how I'm going to start is, obviously I've got an A2 size card, and I've just got the card in the envelope that comes from Spellbinders. And then I took my A2 die matting basics die that you guys see me use all the time. This is one of my favorite ones, to cut out some layers. So I took it and I actually cut out a black layer that I'm going to use, which will go on here. And then I also cut out a gray layer. And this just has a lot of holiday words on it and stuff, so I thought that'd be kind of interesting. So I need to grab my tape runner, and I'll go ahead and lay down these layers so we can get started on that. Get my tape runner to go straight. Look for me. Okay. And then we'll just lay down the black. I'm going to take my time and try to get a nice little edge all the way around on this. That doesn't look too bad. Lay that down, and then I'm going to do the same with my gray paper, and this just came from a paper pack that I had. I'm going to lay it down. Make sure I got my card facing the right direction now that I've got that laid down. I'll try and get this lined up nicely. That doesn't look too bad there. Okay, so now I have my 2 layers of paper down. The next thing I've got is I've actually got the Fireplace that I cut out from the die set, which I think would be really pretty on here. So I've got that, and then I've got several little pieces of stuff. So I think I'm gonna lay that about right there. And I'm kind of working on the fly here. Didn't really map out exactly where I was going to put what, but I do want to have room for my candlestick. So I'm just going to stick kind of my candle there to make sure I have enough room for the candlestick. And I know one of my candlesticks is taller than the other one. So I want to make sure I got the tallest one, which I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it out. So I think I am going to have to bring it down a little bit because I'm going to have room for my candles to go on top of the candlestick. So I think that'll work better. So I think I'll use that as a guide to lay it down. So I'm going to pull my candlesticks off, and then I'm just going to kind of layer it on this last line of sentiments here. So I think I'll go ahead and use my glue for that, just because I need to get in some tighter spaces than what my tape runner is going to allow me to do. So I've got a hair on there, just pull that off. We don't want to glue a hair to our card. So I'm just gonna start adding my glue around the edges. And I'm just using my Barely Art Precision Craft Glue because it's got a good precision tip on it to make for a nice, easy bead of glue that's not too messy. I have found that I am quite the messy gluer. So I definitely need something more precise that can help me, because I can be a little bit messy with my glue. And you don't want that because you want your card to look nice. So I think I got it enough to where it'll lay down. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick it up, remembering that I kind of want my bottom of my thing to be down here by my first row of words. So I'm just gonna lay that down. See the detail on that fireplace? I think that's just really neat. I love the dies and the detail that you're able to get, and the fact that it just punches out so easily when you use the die. I use the Spellbinders Platinum 6, and that happens to be a Spellbinders die as well, but it just makes for easy, I guess what you would call weeding or whatever, where you weed out the pieces. They just fall right out, so that makes it really nice. And I have a whole little cup full of things that are going to go in here. I've got my logs along with my candlesticks, and I got 2 pair of candlesticks. When I was messing with this last night and getting it ready, it looks like one of my candlesticks is gone MIA. I have been doing a lot of crafting on this table the last couple days, so I'm not surprised that one of my candlesticks is roaming around here, but that's okay because we can go with just 3, because I know when you decorate you're supposed to put things in 3 anyway, so we can work around that. So I've got a lot of different things here. I tried to stay kind of I guess it's not really monochromatic, because I've got a couple of different, actually I've got 3 colors, I guess. Actually 4, I guess: gray, white, black, and red. But I do have silver too, so I thought I kind of went with the gray along the gray line. That's gonna be my swag on my fireplace. So I'm just pulling these things out. And then my stockings. So I have a couple of logs here that I was going to lay down. I'll probably try and lay them in different directions to kind of add some, and I'll probably maybe bump them up. Looks like I need to do some, I need to push some out. Maybe? No. Okay, that's just some dimension. So I'll probably just layer those in my fireplace somehow and try to set them up to where maybe I'll put the 2 on the bottom. Figure this out. Maybe do 2 on the bottom and then maybe a couple on the top. I think I like how that looks there. That'll kind of give me my fireplace look. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just use a little bit of this foam tape to set it up. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe I need to zoom in a little bit more to where you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Hopefully I can get it. Hopefully that'll help. Are we lined up very well? Okay. All right. So I'm just going to cut some of this, and just some really small pieces, because obviously I'm working with some really small pieces here. Probably almost need my tweezers. I don't know if that tape will show underneath there or not. I'll try to layer them to where it covers it up. But I wanted my wood to kind of pop up a little bit underneath my fireplace. No, that doesn't show through. So I think that'll work all right. So I don't know what you think about the colors of gray and white and black together, but sometimes I like to do things a little bit differently than what you would traditionally see. I just feel like it kind of adds some a nice change of pace when you're looking at a bunch of videos on YouTube, kind of maybe seeing the same thing all the time. It's kind of fun to see something different. So that's how I came up with this. And this is pretty intricate. I will tell you, on my candlesticks and my candles, I already layered them. I cut a couple pieces out on the candlesticks, and then I think I did 3 pieces of the actual candles to kind of give it some. I don't think I like that. I'm gonna kind of go. Let's see. How can I do this? Kind of get it to where I think I'm gonna need another piece of tape there to make it lay right. Maybe 2, I don't know. Okay, let's pull the backer off. There's that. And then I think I might just lay the other one on top because I'm getting pretty thick there. So I'll just put a bead of glue on here and just lay this next one on top because it's already kind of raising quite a bit since we've got those pieces on there. Let's see how that looks. We'll just kind of go with that. And then we have our little fire things, and I'm going to layer these. I don't think we're going to need that much to represent fire on there. So I need to move this a little bit so you can see a little bit more what I'm doing, I think. And I'm just going to layer this on top of that and just give it a little bit of thickness and line it up, wipe my glue away. See how that turns out. Now these flames are a little different here. And I'm gonna just do the same thing with that. I've got my little jewel tool that I'm picking it up with. Obviously these things are so small, they're hard to work with. And then I guess I've got one more different flame type here. I'm not really sure exactly how they're supposed to lay. I might even peek at a picture just to see how Spellbinders had put it together. Just gonna layer these up. That went together pretty quickly. And just line them up and wipe the extra glue off. Just gotta get that extra glue off of there. I don't know if I'm zoomed in too much or not. Okay, I'm trying to get it where I want it. Okay, so let me see. They don't really show the flames in there because they're showing Santa, but I'll just kind of work it out. I think it's going to probably go like this. Maybe like that is how I think I might do that. So I'll just pick this one up, put a little glue on the bottom of it, and then I'm going to try to lay it down. I need to get my tweezers. Hold on just a moment. Probably got it glued to my glass board here now. Making a nice mess. Are you guys messy crafters or are you neat crafters? It seems like I'm very messy while crafting. And then as soon as I get done, I try to do a quick cleanup. Not always, but I try to put my stuff back. It's kind of stressful when you have stuff everywhere. So I try to put it away or clean it up, or at least clean off my desk space and make room for my next project. I think I need to tuck that in a little bit. I'm gonna set the mantle on fire. There we go. Almost feel like I'd like that one to go down a little bit further. Ooh, it tore. Well, I think we can fix that. Just put a little glue on there and push it down. I think that'll be all right. Ooh, that was a close one. I think I got a little bit of foam tape showing there too. Okay, so there I've got my mantle, I've got my card base, and then I'm going to have some vine or hanging on my mantle. And hopefully I've got enough of this cut out. I actually have another one over there, I see. like that one just looks odd. Kind of overlap them a little bit. And that'll be my garland on my mantle. So I think I will just kind of pick it up, put some glue on there. Try to set it back down like I had it. Whoops, or smear my glue around. This is what I mean by being a messy crafter. I'm gonna wipe that away. Hopefully I got enough glue on there. I think I might have to add a little bit more glue because I kind of took my glue off. And then just lay that down. And then I'm gonna try my next piece. And if I was using my tweezers, I might be having better success. Oh, I'm telling you. On the struggle bus again. Okay, that looks pretty good. I like that. All right, this time I'm gonna pick it up with my clip and hold on to it. And then maybe I won't make a mess. There we go. Much, much, much better. Okay, and then the final piece. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on here. And layer it. There we go. Well, if I can get it to stick. Sometimes this metallic paper has a little bit more trouble sticking than some of the others. So, there we go. I think that looks cute. Now, I've also got, I just die cut out some flowers to put across there. So I'm just gonna pick up a flower, put a dab of glue on there, and try to stick it where I think it'll look nice. So I like that. Gotta make sure you get your flower the right side up, because there's definitely a right side and a wrong side on your die cut. Push it down. I'm not going to use that extra piece of flame there, so I'll get that out of the way. I'm going to go right there. See if I can get it to lay down. There. Push it down. Let's see if I can, oh, I got that flipped over. Okay, there's another one. Well, I know in my last few videos I showed you we'd gotten snow and then it went away, and I said how it got real nice. Well, then we got snow again. So we've got snow on the ground. It's cold out. My sister actually didn't have to go to work today because they actually canceled school. Now, they didn't cancel school in the area where we live. They canceled school in the area where she works. So I'm guessing they must have gotten more snow, or at least had some ice on the roads or something like that, because I was quite surprised that she didn't have to go to work today, which I'm actually glad, because we have plans this evening, and she has been under the weather, and I'm glad that she is able to get some more sleep, because we're going to have a late night. So anyway, it worked out well that she had a snow day from school. So there we go. I don't know, is that too many flowers? What do you think? I just felt like I needed an extra one there. So the next thing I've got is I just need to put a little dot on each one of these. First of all, I need to clean off my thing. It's getting a little bit junked up there. Sorry, getting a little close to the camera, but I wanted to clean that off so I can use it. And then I'm just going to put a little dot on each one of these. Hopefully I've got enough red dots over there. Seems like all the crafting I did on my table, I'm now missing some of my pieces parts from this little tray, because I got a little bit crazy. I was doing a bunch of ironing on, and I had my desktop just a mess. I normally don't do it at my desk. I normally do it on my countertop. But I was in here, the stuff was there, and I thought, I'm just going to do it. So I did. I'm going to line that up a little bit better, I think. Hopefully I'm getting enough glue on there. There. I think that looks cute. I kind of like the color scheme. Sometimes I can be a very neutral type person with the black and the white and the gray and the red. I don't always have to have a lot of color. So I think this is kind of fun. So can you see those? With my silver. I'm going to have to work on that because I'm not real happy with how that, there we go, that foam tape was kind of showing too much. But I think that's kind of cute. What do you think? All right, so I really only made, I guess I just made a couple of stockings. I guess this is for a house that only has a couple people that live there, so I've only got a couple stockings. And I don't know if I want to hang them together or if I want to hang one on each side or how I want to do that. Maybe over here. That way I don't feel like I'm setting them on fire with the fireplace. That's kind of cute. I think that looks good. I think I'll do that next. Just kind of put a little bit of glue on there. It's not wanting to stick very well or hold very well. I need to use my clippers. There we go. Not sure if I was in frame or not. Usually I stand up and craft so that I can see my camera and my crafting, and today I'm actually sitting down. So I apologize if I'm not keeping it in frame. We are actually going to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra tonight. So I don't know if you've ever seen them, but that's actually where we are going tonight, and it is going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. So now I'm just going to add my candlesticks. And I think I'm just going to put them, actually I think I'm going to go 2, 2, and 1 is how I'm going to do it. Because I think I'm going to maybe die cut some other things out and add them to my area. I think I'm going to do it like this. I suppose I should actually make them, are they too high? I'm going to leave them maybe a little high, but you get the drift. And then I've got my little candles, and like I said, they're 3-ply because they are tiny, and I thought I need to build those up. So that's what I did. And I'm going to put my little candle right there in the center. And I think I ought to probably maybe take a marker and add a little dot of orange to them or something to make them look like they're a flame. So I might try that. And they're going to go right up into onto my border, which is completely fine. I don't have a problem with that. However, that candle is crooked. I'm going to fix it. Looks like I put it in there a little crooked. See if I can straighten it up any. There we go. Whoa! Lifted the whole thing up. Well, maybe I need to add some more glue to it. I'll put this one down. That one down think it's okay. And I've got my candles on there. So I think what I need to do is, that is as much as I have die cut out at this point, so I just need to take a break here for a minute and maybe cut out some more features to go on my mantle, because my mantle is looking a little bare. I think there are some other items that I can add to my mantle, and I will look for those and then I'll be right back. Okay, once I paused to find some additional things, I kind of went off down a rabbit's trail. So I've decided that I'm going to need, first of all, I thought my candlesticks were too high, and the die cut for this particular mantle actually had a piece that looked like it went clear across the mantle. Not sure exactly what that was for, but I went ahead and ran it and glued it down across the top of the mantle so that it didn't look like my candle. This is supposed to be Christmas, not Halloween. I didn't want floating candlesticks, so I went ahead and put that piece down just so it looks like my candlesticks are setting actually on the mantle. But then I decided I needed something over here, and I was thinking that there was books with this die cut, but I didn't see any, so I went ahead and cut 2 more candlesticks out, and I thought I would go ahead and just layer them up and stick them on the other side, so we'll have a total of 5 candlesticks. So we'll be keeping with the whole odd number theme, which I think we're supposed to do. In decorating, I've always done the 3s, the 5s, the 7s, or whatever. So I don't know if that's a rule or not, but I'm gonna do it. So I've got that one ready. So I think I'll just lay it aside and I'll do the taller one. Make sure I get the right side. I'm gonna go ahead and just do that without my tweezers, because I gotta layer them together and my tweezers kind of get in the way. So I'll just get those layered. So now I have 2 more candlesticks. When I was first deciding what I was going to do about my floating candles, I thought, well, I'll run a thicker layer of trim across there with the garland. I thought, well, I'll just make my garland thicker. And then I thought, no, that doesn't look right. So I've got a couple extra pieces out over here, and I went ahead and cut some red out. So I will, I'm actually going to make a wreath. I'm going to layer, I needed an extra candle that was layered. I've got one in there already done, but I need to add another one since I'm going to do 2 candles. So I'm just going to kind of layer this one up and get it ready to go, so that it'll match the thickness of my other candles on the opposite side. So I actually did 2 of the full candle on that, and then when I did it, and I did 1 of the partial. So those candles should all match now. So I've got those layered. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, got that candle there. Whoops, knock that over. Got the other candle here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pick this up. I'm gonna use my tweezers. This kind of reminds me of when I played with paper dolls as a kid, having all these little paper pieces, and when you used to dress your doll and with your paper pieces and stuff. I don't know, it just kind of reminded me of that. Hopefully the lighting's still good. It's afternoon here now, and so it's kind of, and it's really gray, man. We have had some really, really gray weather the last week or so. It just has been definitely looking like winter, very dreary and dark out. Well, since we did the time change too, so it gets dark. It's getting dark quicker now since we changed our clocks. Okay, so now I got all my candlesticks on there. I think that looks good. Okay, the other thing I realized was that I didn't die cut out the decorative piece to the stocking. And since I'm going with all red and black, I thought, well, I'll just die cut that out in red. So this little piece is to accent the stocking. Whoops, had a little glue come out there. So I thought that'd be cute. I'm gonna get my other one. I'll decorate my other stocking. Set that down on there. Might be kind of fun to put a letter on the stocking to represent whose it is. I also, let me see, I think I'm going to save the bow for the wreath that I'm going to put together here. So I've got all these swag pieces that were the garland, can also be used to make a round wreath. So I don't know how round I'll be able to get it, but I'm going to try and assemble it to where I have a round wreath so that I can put a wreath there between my two candles and have something in the center of my picture. So I don't know, hopefully I can make this look round. They did in the example, so hopefully I can figure out how to make it round enough looking to where. And this metallic paper, this silver metallic paper, is a little bit harder to glue to get it to stick. So I'm gonna try and create some kind of a round looking, well, not having much luck here. Okay, let's see. Maybe if I just glue it down to my paper, I think maybe I'll have better luck with it that way. Hopefully I can make it look like something. I think I'll make this the top piece. I'm going out on a wing here, so I don't know if it's going to work or not. Go ahead and pull this apart. Maybe that'll work. It's either going to be an oval ring or a round wreath. We'll see. I don't know how it's going to turn out because I'm just winging it here. I think that's better just sticking it down on the paper than it was trying to do it here on my glass mat, because that wasn't working for me at all. It's not going to be completely round, but we'll see what we can do. I'm sure there's probably some proper way to assemble this. Of course, you know, real wreaths aren't always exactly round either, so. And it's just for fun anyway. So this is going to be my wreath hanging above my mantle. Now I did die cut out. Let's see if we can get that to stick down. I used the black flowers on there, and I did go ahead and die cut out some red flowers for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick some red flowers on here and see how that looks for my wreath. Let's see how many I have. Looks like I've got about 4 of them. We'll just kind of pop them across in there. Hopefully they'll stick down all right. Go there. My little heater's running in here, so if you hear that, that's what it is, because it is chilly. Chilly, chilly, chilly. I don't know what the temperature is out, but it's not warm. I think I'll put that one there. So I'm gonna have to bundle up for that concert tonight. I'm gonna have to walk across that parking lot and freeze. I'll be freezing. So I think I'm gonna kind of offset my bow on the side here. So I'll just take my little bow piece. I don't know if I can get it. It's upside down. Need to get it picked up right. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to lay down there right. These little pieces are so, oh, there we go. It finally turned in the direction that I can pick it up. They're so intricate. They're just hard to work with. I'm trying to get that to lay down. That is like the bottom part of the bow. And then this is the top part. Try to get it glued down. That looks cute. Get my bow on there. Get it glued down. Okay. I've got this tiny little piece of black right here that I'm gonna lay on there and just embellish the bow with it. I think that looks cute. So okay. So basically that's my card. It was pretty intricate. And maybe, you know, it might not be everybody's color scheme or what they might think of for doing for Christmas, but I thought, it'd be kind of fun to do a little different color palette, just kind of a black and white and silver color palette. I did mention I thought I would just lightly touch my candlesticks so that I could put a little flame on there. So I think I'm just gonna just lightly touch those so they look like they're burning. I've just got my little marker. This is just an illustration marker that I got from Five Below. I know you can buy the Copic markers that are quite expensive, but I just have this little set that I picked up at Five Below. I don't have a lot of colors, so I've asked for at Christmas for some new markers, so I think I'll get some for Christmas. But anyway, I just thought I'd color my little flames red, and I think that looks cute. It's not exactly the same red, obviously, as the rest of our stuff, but I think it'll work for the flame on the candles. Anyway, and so then I'll just find some kind of a sentiment that I want to put on the inside. I didn't pull anything out or stamp anything yet, but I will find some kind of a sentiment to put on the inside of this, and so that this will be one of my cards that I have for my Christmas card box. I have just been making a bunch of different ones, and I'll just try to bring you along as I make them. So I hope you like this. I hope it gives you some inspiration, maybe helps you to think of using some different colors or a little different color scheme for Christmas. But this is what I came up with, and I hope you like it. Okay, so I just kind of mass produced a bunch of Christmas sentiments that I just showed you on the last little segment of the video. So I've got a bunch of these ready in the red, white, and the green so that I can just stick them on cards so that I can mass produce. Oh, I see I've got ink all over my hands. Anyway, I wanted to get just a bunch of those ready because I am in the Christmas card making season, trying to get my cards ready, and so I got a bunch of those ready to go. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Simon Hurley cutting die that is called Candy Stripes. It's actually 2 cutting dies that you utilize, and it makes a really cool pattern if you flip it. You basically cut the die twice and flip it, and then you'll get your pattern. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm going to use cutting plates here. And I think I'm going to go with a red pattern. Whoops, I think that's the wrong piece. That's not the right one. Here we go. We'll go with this, and we will basically grab our cutting. Got a little piece of tape on there from the last time I did it. I'll just grab it, and I think I can just get it on there. Piece of tape off there. And I think I am going to just stick a little piece of tape on there just so it doesn't move on me. So I'm just grabbing a piece of tape, just getting it lined up on my paper. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but I definitely want it to stay within the range of the paper. And I cut the paper just close, so I'm going to have to keep it square. The tape's not holding. I think I'm going to have to over tape. Let me get another piece. Take that down like that, and then we'll run it through. And then just give it a run through. And I'm going to go through twice because there's a lot of cutting out, so I'm going to back it up. Oh, that's popping loud. Sorry about that. I'm sure that's really loud on the camera, but my my plates are pretty well used, and so they are a little bit bowed. I keep trying to follow the rules to keep the bowing down, or the bowing, however you want to say that, but they're a little bit. So then you have this piece here, and the pieces fall out pretty well. You can use your little pokey tool to pull them out, but they fall out pretty well. So just kind of let them fall out. And there you have it. So then you just run it through again, and then you go the different direction. Let me clean up this mess here. And you could certainly use these scraps if you wanted to for some borders or edges of stuff. So if you want to save those, you can do that. I'm actually going to not save them. And I think I've been doing two-tone with this. I think I'm going to go ahead and do another red one and maybe put it on a card base and make it look actually like a candy cane stripe. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this down again. Actually, it goes on this board. This one is the one I cut on. The other one has a couple cuts in it, but this is the one that I normally cut on. Okay, take that down. And then I'll get my machine up here, run it through again. Pardon the noise. I'll just do that. Whoops, gotta get my large plate. Make sure you got your stack correct. And then just run it through. I've got new plates over there ready to use, but I'm just not ready to give these up yet. I want to get all of my wear out of them, so I'm kind of struggling with it a little bit, but I just want to get all of my use out of it. Okay, so there's the second one. I'll probably make more of these, but I don't think you need to watch me run it through multiple times because it's basically the same process. If you run this thing through twice, these slits just come out just with the greatest of ease. I think you could just kind of poke at them and they'll just come right out. There's just like no effort at all to get them out. That's one of the things I like about the die cutting with the spellbinders, is it just falls right out. So there's the second one. Okay, so let me clean up my mess here. So I've got my two panels cut out, and as I have them laying here right now, I'm gonna raise my desk up so I can stand. Oh, I've got it unplugged. Okay, anyway, as I've got it, they're both in the same direction, but to do it the way the die was intended, you just flip the other one over, lay it down, and then you lay this one on top, and then that gives you the lattice portion. So that's what it would look like on white. I think I'm going to lay it like that because I've not done that one yet. But let me just show you, if you put a piece of black underneath there, you could get this look, which I think is really pretty. Oh, I like that. I may have to do that. That looks really good. Or if you want to go all Christmas color, traditional style, you can lay the red on the green and have that combination. And then that looks really good as well. So if you want to go with a natural theme. Now the other thing you can do, and I did this on another card, I'll pull it up here and show you, is I ran it once through with green and once through with black, and then put it on a red base. So then I've got the three colors. And then just put a very simple cinnamon on there, which works very well for mass producing. If you're mass producing, just cut those out, put your cinnamon on there, and then good tidings of comfort and joy on the inside. So that's a simple card, mass produced. Anyway, so, but for this one, at first I thought I was going to do this on the white, hence the candy stripe thing. I think that kind of looks with the white, but I've decided that I really like the black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this black base down on there. So I will just get my tape runner, run it across there, do this, and then get it lined up carefully. Oops, this one is, actually this is a full-size panel, so we'll just line it up on the table, just like that, so we get it lined up. Looks good. And then on this, you're going to want to use your glue for this because the fine lines, so you're definitely going to want to use your glue. And with the black, you're going to try not to be too messy. So I'm going to lay that one down like that. So I'm going to glue this side of it. And I'm going to try to just run a real light bead. And it really helps if you do kind of hit them all, because they will have a tendency to stand up if you don't. I figured that out the first time I ran it. So I'm just going to run just very lightly. I mean, you can see this is a very fine bead of glue on there on each one of these very quickly. And then get the outer edge pretty good because you're going to want it to lay down real well. Get the rest of these. Okay, I'm going to spin this around so that I'm not dragging my hand across my glue on the rest of it. If you've got a steady hand, you can go pretty fast. I've had a little bit too much caffeine this morning, so not as steady as I'd like to be. I mentioned in my taping yesterday of the other card that I was going to go to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra that night. Oh my gosh. We went last night and it was fantastic. This is my first time going. My parents always took my kids every year, and we had never gone, and my sister and I went last night with my stepdad. My mother passed away last year, so we went with my stepdad, and it was just fabulous. So if you ever get a chance to see him, I mean, the most amazing concert. I just can't believe how fabulous it was. I've been to a lot of concerts, and I mean, it was just amazing. Gotta wipe off the glue. So I highly recommend it. Just spectacular. The light show, the music, just everything, the storyline, everything was just amazing. So highly, highly recommended. Okay, so that laid down very nicely. I'm going to pause the video because I don't think you want to sit and watch me glue a whole nother piece. So I'll pause the video, get it glued, and then we'll lay it down. Okay, I suppose you could use spray glue on this if you wanted a quicker way of doing it. I don't currently have any spray glue, nor have I used it yet. So I'm just using my Barely Art Precision Craft Glue, which has the precision tip that just makes it fabulous to glue things down a little neater. So I'm trying to get this to lay down, get my glue set and everything. I'm gonna put my little stamp block on there, push down, see if I can get it to lay down really well, get it lined up really well. So that's what it looks like. Then if you want to do something very simply, you can choose a sentiment. I've got the white option that I went with, and then I've got a green option, and then a red. The red, I think, gets lost on there. I'm drawn to the white, I think. So I could do Merry Christmas. I've got some other smaller sentiments, but I really think I want the Merry Christmas for the front. Like I've got Noel and that. But I think just keeping it really simple. Of course, I got that stuck now. I'm going to grab it. Oh, there we go. I see I've got my tweezers all glued up. But I think, you know, you could just do something very simple like that. The other thing you could do is you could do, you could die cut out. Now this one's messed up, but you could die cut out a frame and, you know, put like that on there like that if it wasn't already. You could do it like that if you wanted to. And if you did it that way, you could probably even use your red again, which I don't know. I think maybe I might pause a minute and just die cut out a black and then lay the red and black on it and just keep it real two-tone, I think is what I'll do. So I'll just pause here a moment and cut me out some die cuts with that, and then I'll lay it on there. So hold on. As you can tell, I don't have my cards meticulously planned out before I decide to turn on the camera. And I think that's part of crafting, is just being creative and coming up with something as you go. So I did this one, and I thought, well, that could look really neat. I like that. I like the simplicity of the two colors. Or I thought, well, let's try a larger one and see how that looks. See if we like that. So you could go like that if you wanted to go a little bit larger on it. So I think I like the smaller one, but I'll use this black one for something else. But I think what I'm going to do, and just keeping it simple, is I'll just lay this down and I'll put my sentiment right on top of it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It'll just be real simple. And I'm gluing this rather than taping it, just with all the different layers of this. I think it'll adhere maybe better. So let's see, I want to kind of line this up. I don't know if that's going to help or not. I'm just going to eyeball it, I guess, and kind of lay it down. Does that look centered? It's pretty close. Is it square? I think I like it. Okay. And then I'm just going to lay my Christmas down. And this is just going to be a quick and easy, simple card. And this is one you could just die cut a lot of these out, just slap them together and just have a whole bunch of them ready to go rather quickly. I think that's beautiful. It's simple and yet classic. I don't know. I really like it. And then maybe on the inside would just choose to put maybe warm wishes or something like that. I'll decide that later, but just thought I would show you how we'd throw together a real quick and easy Christmas card that I can add to my bin. So I've got a little basket that I just keep cranking them out and throwing them in, cranking them out, throwing them in, so that I'll have them ready to mail when I get ready to mail them. So I like that. I think it's really pretty. I hope you like it too, and I hope you enjoy this second card. For this next card, I'm going to use the Spellbinders Oh Christmas Tree card. It comes in 6 pieces. There's the tree, some ornaments, some stars, and then the tree topper. Is what I'm going to use. And I already did a lot of punching out because I knew it would take a little bit of time, but I wanted to show you there is quite a bit of, it's very ornate. So you've got to do, some punching out on this card or on this to get it ready because it's a pretty ornate die. So I'm just going to finish that off here real quick. I should have done a little bit more so that it would take less time to show you that. But I'm just using my Cricut tool. I know they make a special tool that you can get for your die cutting, but I don't have that, and I'm a big fan of using what I've got. So I've got my Cricut tools, so I can just poke them in there and punch it out. So you can see that's really a neat pattern. And I seem to be keeping with the black theme for some reason this season, but I was thinking what I would do with this is, let me get this cleaned off, get all this gold leftover remnants cleaned up. Looks like I got a little something there on the glass mat. Clean that off. Okay, so what I thought I would do is I've got Spellbinders card base right here. And I went ahead and took my A2, which I'm telling you what, it's a mess over here to the side. I don't usually keep everything this messy. But basically I took I think it was the second or third one in from the A2. This is Spellbinders as well, A2 matting basics. Love these. I think I probably use them in most all of my videos, but I went ahead and cut this out so that I would have like a white frame around there. So, and then my thought was that I would put my Christmas tree in the center and we'd have white, black, and gold. I seem to be heading in a black theme direction with my Christmas cards. So, but I like that, and so that's what I'm going to do. So first of all, I will just get some tape and lay this down and stick it to my card base. My husband just came in, and I'm going to hear him in the background. So let me just lay this down. And I'm going to have to pause for a moment and come back to this. So I think I've got it laid down fairly decent. So I'll pause and I'll come back to this later. Okay. Thank you. So I've got that black piece of matting down now. And I've got my Spellbinders gold metallic foil Christmas tree cut out. And I'm ready to just lay that down on there. I've also went to my with my die and used a couple other pieces from that set that I showed you to cut out the star, some ornaments and some stars, and then I've got a small little sentiment that I can add to this. So I think I'm ready to lay this gold tree down on my black base. So I'm just going to pick this up, and we're going to have to do quite a little bit of gluing because we'll just kind of move along here and get some glue on there. Try to be really careful with this because the glue kind of dulls the gold if you get it on the front of it. So I want to try to be really careful and intentional about getting the glue. Try to get it on the bigger spots and hopefully not get any on the front of it. So hopefully that'll work. You hear my heater running. It is really, really cold here, and the wind is blowing ridiculously. There's just a little bit of snow, but the way the wind is blowing, it almost seems kind of blizzard-like out there. It's nasty. So it's a good time to be inside at my craft table, making some Christmas cards and getting some stuff done. So I'm happy about that. I had to pause earlier and we took a little road trip. And now I'm just back at it. So I think that I have enough on there, hopefully, to lay that down. And then I'm going to try and just lay it down very nicely. And see if I can get that to set down. I'm going to get my acrylic block and just kind of put it on there and press down. I think I got it fairly even and press down. So I'll just press down on that and try not to get any glue on it. It looks like I did a pretty good job of not getting glue. However, this top keeps wanting to pop up, and I just feel like I'm going to need some more on there. So I'm going to put a little bit, try to get a little bit more on there. That went out of screen. And it did kind of run out. You can see that the glue kind of ran out there, but I'm not too worried about it because I've got this Christmas star topper that I'm going to put on there. And I think I'll just go ahead and glue it all up and set it down, and I think it'll help the tip of that stay down. So hopefully we won't have too much of a mess here. I think if I put that on there, it'll just help the top of that just lay down. So I'm just going to take it and set it right on top of there, and I'll use my acrylic block to just hold it down. So hopefully that'll be all right. So I'm gonna clean that glue up a little bit. I think that's gonna help hold it down. So far so good, I like it. I like the color scheme. So I am going to get my jewel tool so that I can pick up some of these small pieces that we're gonna use for ornaments, I guess. I can get my tool out. I've got inside the box and I can't get the box to open to get it out. Let's see. There we go. All right. So I've got it. And then I think I'm just going to add some random ornaments here and there. I'll just put a little dot on there. See if I can pick one of those up and just set it on there. Take the other end out so I can push it down a little bit. See how we can get our ornaments on there. I think that's going to be really pretty. Very elegant, I guess is the word I want to use for it. I think it'll be nice. Now this is upside down, so I'll try and pick that up the right way. Set that down on there. I'm liking it. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you like the black or if it's just a little too dark for a Christmas card. I don't know. I like it. Turn that over. Did I get it turned over? Yes, I did. Okay. So far, I'm liking it. I think it looks pretty. Looks like I've got just a couple more of these, what I'm going to call ornaments left. I'm going to add that. What do you think? I think I like it. I think it looks nice. It's not too plain, I don't think. I'm not sure if I want to do anything with stars. I think maybe I'll just set one on there without gluing it and just kind of get a feel for what that might look like. Oh, that might add a little bit more to it. I think I will go ahead and add those. I wasn't sure, but it's a pretty simple card. So I think I will go ahead and add the stars to it. And that'll just add a little bit more color. I need a little bit more glue than that. Yeah, I think that's going to be all right. I think I'm going to like it. I think I got that one picked up right. Yep. Getting a little bit messy with my glue. So I'll try to clean that up a little bit with my finger. Okay. Maybe I'll put one here. Yeah. And maybe right there, I think. Maybe I need something up there. Yep. Sorry for the shadow. I set my bottle of glue over there. I think that looks cute. What do you think? It's pretty simple. Now, I wonder, I had cut out earlier. I haven't lost any of the pieces. I think I've got them. I think I have them all. I had cut out earlier this, and I think I had originally thought that I would put this, I don't know if you can see that. It says Warm Wishes on it. That was die cut out when I was doing my mass producing of my little sentiments. I had thought about putting that, but I actually, the other day, had cut out, was messing around, and I had cut out of this gold. See if I can lay it down, and this might be tricky and could be quite messy trying to glue it down. I had cut out Warm Wishes out of the gold. Whoops.
You're still erasing people?
Okay, sorry for that interruption. That was my husband trying to make a funny. So anyway, I think this could work on here. I just wanted to make sure I had all the pieces. Sorry about that loud noise. And I think I could work it out to where I can get this to fit on here. We'll map it out and see. That's upside down. And I didn't lose any of these. I was doing some projects on my desk the other day and tipped that little tray over, and I thought, I don't know if I had lost some of these letters, but apparently I did not, so I can use them. So the trick will be getting them set down here evenly so that it looks good. So that's going to be the tricky part for me. So I'm going to do that. I think that's what I'll do. So I'll have to get it laid out just right, and I think that's going to probably take some sheer concentration on my behalf, so I think I'll just stop the video, lay that down so that I don't, so it doesn't take forever. This video is kind of getting long already anyway, so I'll just pause it, and then I'll lay this down, and then I'll come back and just show you the final card. Well, that was a little tedious, laying all those down, but apparently it can be done. So I think it turned out really cute. I'm really happy with it. I think that's just another fairly simple card for my Christmas card collection for this year. So I will stamp, I think I'm going to stamp inside there. I've got a sentiment that says, have a wonderful Christmas. stamp that I'll stamp inside of there, and then this card will be finished. So I hope you like it. If you like it, comment in the comments below and let me know what you think about it. All right, that's card number 3.